Well, afternoon now. How's everybody doing? Hope all is well with you, wherever it is that you are at on this big blue marble we call Earth. Good to see you. Thank you for stopping by Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival. Markets in the tank, folks. Like big time, real big time. Not looking good. That's the top story of today. Just a second here. I got to pull this up. I want to get the chat going so I can see who's all stopping by, saying hi, and chiming in the chat. Let's get this going here. Pop-up chat. Kablam. Wow, just took over the whole computer. Half-ass ready. Good to see you, my friend. Hope all is well with you. Johnny Preps, Gick Rhyme, Scott Hummer, JT EMT. Good to see you. Grit and Grace. Thank you for the 5x5. Dan H. Good to see you. My favorite masshole. Hope all is well, Dan. All right, so well, let's get right into the dirt. Happy Mac, good to see you. Pinot Virus, good to see you. Let's see, currently, let me hit this refresh button. Dow Jones Industrial Average is down 1,863 points and falling. That's actually 200 points down from when I brought this up. Not good. Not good. The S&P is down 281. NASDAQ down 878 points as of this moment right now. Not good. Now, this is all, in my opinion, based off of tariff fears, right? There's a lot of uncertainty, and that's one thing that the market absolutely despises is uncertainty. CUCV Farmer, good to see you. Teresa Buchanan. Let's see who else snuck in here. Johnny Preps is in here. That's it. I think I got everybody who's chiming in thus far. Let's see. What else do we have on tap here this morning? So I'm going to copy and paste, as always, the link to my stock market checker outer. I use marketwatch.com, and I take a peek there, drop that in the chat for everybody. Bear Lover, good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. Not good, guys. And my personal opinion is that the market has been ready for a correction for a really long time, right? A really long time. Sarisa says, do you really think they will crash it? I think they just want panic. Could be, Sarosa. Could totally be. But, again, the market hates uncertainty. And right now things are uncertain, and everything is falling. I got to be honest with you. Gold is down $77.90. Oil is down $5.61 a barrel. And that puts the price for a barrel of oil at $61.79. It is what it is, man. Honestly, it is what it is. Roddy Hood, good to see you, brother. Thank you for stopping by. So the markets, they're going to be volatile for the foreseeable future. Got to be honest. It's just the future is so uncertain with the tariffs, with everything going on. Everybody freaks out and they reach into the market and they pull their real money out, right? And they want to put it in their pocket and just hold on to it just in case. Billy, good to see you. Sue's good to see you. Does that mean gas will get cheaper then? I doubt it. Really. You're from Arkansas, ain't you? No. Hudson Valley is in upstate New York, and that's where I reside. The People's Republic of New Yorkistan, as I like to call it. So the next article I want to bring you guys is from studyfinds.org. And I found this one interesting because it kind of ties into the Wednesday streams. So it says, Morning Magic, Wednesday Slump Day. Science shows when mental health peaks and dips. The article, broken down in a nutshell, says science confirms we generally feel better in the mornings. Mental health peaks early in the day and gradually declines until reaching its low point around midnight. Mental well-being shows a more dramatic fluctuation on weekends than weekdays, suggesting work schedules may suppress our natural psychology rhythms. Interesting. Seasons often have a strong effect that time of day. Mental health consistently improves during summer months and worsens during winter across all measures. So those midwinter blues that you guys are feeling, that shit's real. Absolutely. The article is from studyfinds.org. London, things will look better in the morning. We've all heard it. Parents, friends, and therapists have offered this reassuring advice for generations when we're going through tough times, but is it any scientific truth to it? Does our mental health actually improve after sleep, or is that just a comforting myth? A team of researchers from the University College London decided to find out. The results are fascinating. In a massive study published by BMJ Health, they tracked the mental health patterns of over 49,000 adults for 2 years, collecting nearly 1 million mood measurements. In short, mornings are really better. People consistently reported less depression, less anxiety, and more happiness during the morning hours. Their mental well-being then gradually declined through the day, hitting rock bottom around midnight. Interesting. And this article is extremely lengthy and goes into much, much detail about when people are typically in a good mood, when you're not, the whole 9 yards. Oops, wrong button. And I'll drop that in the chat one more again for everybody. And this one is from studyfinds.org. KP Heathen, good to see you. Green Thumb Prepper, what's happening, brother? Chance Paladin in the house. Get a wind of energy in the morning right after lunch, then later at night. Yeah, you get a second winder. You're a second winder. Not everybody's built the same, Chance. So, let's see. Next in the news is from thedailymail.com in the UK. I'm going to paste this guy right here for you. We're just going to touch on some of these. I leave these articles for you guys to dive into on your own. King Corso, good to see you, brother. Trump gives a stunning response to Wall Street bloodbath as his tariffs causes the biggest stock drop since the COVID crash. Wall Street had its worst day since the height of the COVID crash after President Trump's tariffs sparked fears of a U.S. and global recession. Trump seemed unfazed, asked about tumbling stocks on Thursday as he boarded Air Force One to attend a golf dinner in Miami. As the Dow Jones was down 1,400 points, Trump said, "I think it's going very well. It was an operation. It is like when a patient gets operated on and it's a big thing," I said. "This would be exactly the way it is," he added, claiming that $6 or $7 trillion would be coming into the U.S. Markets are going to boom. The country is going to boom, and the rest of the world wants to see if there's any way they can make a deal, the president continued. When the markets closed at 4 p.m. in New York, the S&P was down 4.84%, its worst day since June 2020, as $2 trillion was wiped from the index almost every American has in their normal retirement in investments. The Nasdaq plummeted 5.97% in its worst day since March 2020. The Dow Jones 3.98% in a headline-grabbing 1,700-point drop. And I will go back to Market Watch, and currently hit that refresh button, and 1,700 points down currently. JS Genesis Designs, good to see you, my friend. So, not looking good. The entire world is worried about a recession at this juncture. I'm going to drop this link again in the chat. Sorry, I got to look around my camera here. And again, this is the speed news here this afternoon. I've got places to go and things to do, folks. Cut your hair? I did. I didn't cut it myself, though. Does it look like I cut it myself? Interesting. Uh-oh, somebody's sitting on the phone. The next article we have up here is from CNBC.com. Again, I get these things from everywhere. No worries, Grit and Grace. It can all be undone. No biggie. Totally incidental, I'm sure. U.S. payrolls actually rose by 228,000 in March, but unemployment rate increased to 4.2%. Interesting. Hang on one second. Let me see if I can. Oh, you were unhidden. Thank you, Grit and Grace. Dog jumping on the laptop. It's always something, right? So, non-farm payrolls in March increased 228,000 for the month, up from the revised 117,000 in February, better than the Dow Jones estimate for 140,000. Wow. Very good. Very good. Kane Corso says, I need a new laptop. The time is now, as my good friend Vision Preparedness would say, with the tariffs coming into effect, my friend, strike while the iron's hot. Get it as close to today as humanly possible. Because once these things are implemented, I only see prices rising short term. Hopefully those will come back down. Hopefully, right? We all know hope isn't a plan. So get to stepping, bro. Oh, if your dog jumped on it, you would need a new laptop. Gotcha. But hey, if you're in the market for something like that, might be time to get that going, honestly. Healthcare was the leading growth area. Consistent with prior months, the industry added 54,000 jobs, almost exactly in line with its 12-month average. Average hourly earnings increased 0.3% on the month, in line with the forecast, while the annual rate of 3.8%, the lowest level since July 2024. Job growth was stronger than expected in March, providing at least a temporary reassurance that the labor market is stable. The Labor Department reported Friday. Non-farm payrolls increased by 228,000 for the month. We already talked about that. Unemployment rate moved up to 4.2%, higher than the 4.1% forecasted, as the labor force participation rate also increased. Though the headline numbers beat estimates, the report comes against a highly uncertain backdrop after President Donald Trump's tariff announcement this week that has intensified fears of global trade war that could damage economic growth. There you have it. And again, this is the jobs report from CNBC.com. I'm going to drop that bad boy right here in the chat for y'all. One more again. Moldy Soldier, good to see you, my friend. Little Lone Prepper in the house. Howdy. Pilgrim, good to see you. Is indeed terrifying, uncertain future. We're about to get in to the terrifying KP. Social Security paid out, back pay owed. My granddaughter's survivor health benefits has increased. That's fantastic, Michelle the Great. Winning streak. Good to see you, sister. So the next article gets a little bit more serious. This is FAFO Friday stuff right here. And I will drop this in the chat for y'all to read yourselves. This article is from foxnews.com. Iran mulls preemptive strike on U.S. base after Trump's bomb threats. Iranian military commanders are considering a preemptive strike on a joint U.S.-UK base in the Chagos Island located in the Indian Ocean, in an apparent attempt to deter President Donald Trump from launching a military attack on Iran, reported by the Telegraph. Interesting. Quote, like any Iranian military threat, the art is to determine what is a bluster and what is real. Benham Ben Tabu, an Iranian expert, said. He's a fellow at the Foundation for the Defense of Democracies. Deception is propaganda tool used to bolster deterrence and prevent conventionally weak regime from having to fight, he added. By threatening everywhere, the regime hopes to have a fight nowhere, meaning its revolutionary and foreign policy gets to remain uncontested. Very interesting. Daryl Calhoun, good to see you, brother. Fox News Digital has not been able to independently confirm the threat of attack on the Diego Garcia base, positioned some 2,400 miles south of Iran, but experts on Iranian security have been sounding the alarm that Tehran likely has, if not direct missile capabilities, but options to position its arms that will enable it to hit U.S. strategic interest further away. Very interesting indeed. And the threat of global war continues to rise, folks. This is not good for anyone, anywhere. That's for sure. Uh, Winning streak, you're right. Lunchtime briefing. This is it. Check that article out. It goes much more into depth on this and lots of pictures and videos to go along with everything. And the last article I want to bring to you guys this afternoon is from yahoonews.com. I will copy this one and paste it to my peoples in the chat. Finland's colossal bomb shelters, a model for jittery Europe. The article goes on to state swimming pools, playgrounds, and amusement parks. Finland's underground facilities, which can double as bomb shelters, have emerged as an inspiring approach as Europe ramps up preparedness after Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Finland shares an 830-mile border with Russia. Its network of civil defense shelters is an integral part of its preparedness strategy, which harkens back to just before World War II. Blasted into Helsinki's granodite bedrock, dozens of meters underground, people of all ages swim, splash in pools, or relax in saunas in the cavernous swimming hall. Very cool. The complex is one of Finland's 50,500 civil defense shelters, which have space for around 4.8 million of its 5.6 million population. Intended to accommodate up to 3,800 people, the pools can be emptied of water and turned into bomb-proof shelter within 72 hours. This is the world's biggest civil defense shelter facilitating a swimming hall. Let's see. Finland's security strategy based on long-term investments in both military and preparedness, including civil defense shelters, has attracted international interest after Russia's invasion of Ukraine in 2022 and deteriorating security situations across Europe. Interesting. Very interesting. Finland ain't playing around, are they? We always have this multi-use peacetime and wartime use of our shelters, a senior rescue officer at Finland's Interior Ministry explained as he showed the AFD another one of Helsinki's large bomb shelters. Blast-proof tunnels with space for 6,000 people. Wow. The house serves as an underground playground, several ball courts, and a gym. The shelters are very well maintained because people are using them in normal times, he said. The Finnish cultural mindset of involving all sectors of society in security has become something of a trademark for Finland after it joined the NATO military alliance in 2023. And civil defense shelters are real tangible symbols of how the authorities are preparing to protect citizens in emergency situations, he added. Do you see any of that stuff happening around here? Hey, here to help. Good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. Long tradition. The first act on building defense shelters was adopted already in 1939, 2 weeks before the Winter War started, he said, referring to the Soviet Union's invasion of Finland, which lasted more than 100 days. Finland was not prepared for defending its civilians during wartime, and it was a hard lesson for us, he added. The Nordic country now has bomb shelters to protect almost all its citizens, with Helsinki providing space for up to 900,000 persons, enough to host all the capital's residents and thousands more. Designed to withstand explosions, building collapses, radiation, and toxic substances, the largest public shelters in Finland have primarily been situated in populated areas. Buildings or housing complexes with floor area exceeding 1,200 square meters were required by law to have a bomb shelter. Other countries with a similar wide access to bunkers are Switzerland, Sweden, Norway, and Israel. All of these countries are united by tradition of neutrality or a strategically difficult position, he noted. Finland, where the military service is mandatory for all men and voluntary for women, can quickly mobilize some 28,000 soldiers, or 280,000 100,000 soldiers, and the total military reserves comprise of some more than 900,000 soldiers. On April 1st, the country announced it will increase national defense spending to at least 3% of the GDP by 2029 in response to the security threat posed by Russia. Donald H. Huth, good to see you, my friend. Thank you so much for stopping by today. This is a very interesting article from yahoonews.com, and I will drop that here in the chat for everybody. The weather here in the Hudson Valley today is gorgeous, a little breezy, and it's, let's see, 1:40 p.m., 66 degrees outside, and the sun is shining. No, Drew, sorry, it's not. Sorry. Happy birthday, Jack. Happy 13th birthday, buddy. That's awesome. And again, as soon as I stop this live stream, I will jump back into the live stream itself and paste all these articles in the comments section so you guys can check them out on your own after this, and you don't have to try and filter back through the live chat, right? Because that's a pain in the neck right there. My apologies for being late today. Super busy this morning. Signing, people giving me deposits, getting ready to put these hands back to work, man. Super, super stoked. My parents are only first cousins. Arthur, that was funny. That was funny. Hilarious. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me this afternoon on this quick news brief. Keep your heads on a swivel. We're going to check the chat or the markets one more time before we go, just to see how it's progressed since we started. When we started, we were down 1,800 points on the verge of 1,900 points, and currently we are at down 1,500 on the Dow, 239 on the S&P, 744 on the NASDAQ. Gold is down $85, oil down 536. You're right, Chance Paladin. Plant those seeds. Don't get ahead of yourself, though. We got snow coming back to the Hudson Valley next week, so get ready to cover those plants, guys. Thank you all for joining me. Really appreciate you being here. Hudson Valley, Prepping and Survival. We will catch you on the next one.